starts now.
Tonight, 2 hikers in northern Arizona are recovering after they say they were struck by lightning. Thanks for joining us, everyone. For 12 News at 10, I'm Kariva Devine.
And I'm Troy Hayden. Both hikers just north of Flagstaff, almost to the top of Humphreys Peak, which is the highest point in Arizona.
That's right. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly is joining us live near the trailhead. And Chase, do we know how both of those hikers are doing tonight?
Troy, they are expected to be okay. The last update we received from the Coconino County Sheriff's Office is that they were treated here on the mountain and then transported to the hospital for further evaluation. But the Sheriff's Office told us when they saw those hikers, they could actually see the burn scars on their body from those lightning strikes. And this isn't the only rescue that crews had to deal with today. Clouds covered the top of Humphreys Peak, where 2 strangers, one from Flagstaff, the other from Canada, were both believed to be struck by lightning.
It's been a while since we've had a lightning strike like this.
John Paxton with the Coconino County Sheriff's Office tells me both helped each other get down as far as they could, but they could only make it so far. The terrain so steep that search and rescue crews had to hike part of the way up to get to them. Mother Nature also not helping.
We've had severe weather since we've been here today, rain, hail, you name it.
That includes more lightning. All of this preventing helicopters from going up to rescue the hikers. It also forced ground crews to stop at times because they were also at risk of getting struck. But after about 6 hours, both were rescued separately. Our cameras were there for the last hiker who was saved. He was brought down in a UTV, then placed in the back of an ambulance. But this wasn't the only rescue crews were involved with.
We do have a subsequent search going on right now for 2 teenagers. We have located them. They ran off trail after they saw a bear.
The teens were hiking from one peak to the next when they came across a bear and ran. We were also there when both were brought down and reunited with their families. Paxton says they didn't have any injuries. They were just cold and still a little shocked by the encounter. So it's been a busy day for you guys.
It's pretty unusual.
Now, one thing that we still don't really know at this time is if those hikers were actually struck by the lightning or it just hit right where they're standing. But one of them apparently told the sheriff's office he was in the middle of taking a photo. Next thing he knows, he's waking up, getting off the ground, believing that lightning strike knocked him unconscious.
An advanced hike, it takes several hours, right? And then, lightning, bears. I mean, you got to really think about it before you try to tackle this thing.
Right, and that's what they were saying is that, if you are planning to come out here, you have to be an avid hiker. You have to give yourself plenty of time. Come out here in the beginning of the day. They were also saying you need to check the weather report. But the other issue is that it's so high, it can create its own weather system. So they're saying once you're getting up to the top, you're completely exposed. There's no tree line. And they said once you start to see those clouds roll in or any lightning strikes, you have to as quickly and as safely get back down, get back to that tree line and take cover. You can either wait out the storm or decide to hike here another day, but you got to be cautious when you're going up this thing.
Yeah, with no trees around you and lightning flashing, you can't be exposed like that. All right, Chase, thank you. Lightning from the storms today also caused issues here in the valley. An Avondale family of 4 forced out of their home after it's hit by lightning. The family says it happened about 4:30 this morning. They say they heard the loud clap of thunder and didn't think much of it, and then all of a sudden they started smelling smoke. So they ran outside, they saw that smoke coming from the roof, and they're still trying to process what happened.
I mean, who gets struck by lightning? You know what I mean? I'm not saying I did, but I mean, my house, it's not that big of a house. I don't know how it happened, Now,
firefighters were able to stop those flames from spreading. Crews also saved the ashes of the family's son, you see them here, who died just a few years ago. So the family's now staying elsewhere while they start working on repairs.
A hospital in Tucson just returned to normal operations after an inmate was shot by a corrections officer earlier today. It happened at the Banner University Medical Center's South Campus. Pima County Sheriff's deputies say that a male inmate was being treated when a fight broke out. A female corrections officer shot the inmate. He later died from his injuries. No hospital staff, visitors, or patients were injured. We're still working to learn more about the inmate's identity and why he was being treated, and we'll bring you that hopefully tomorrow morning on Today in AZ.
In the last hour, we were working, asking Mesa police for more information on a triple shooting and a barricade situation that happened overnight. Started when 3 people were shot at a park near University Drive in Lindsay. All those people survived. We're told their conditions are stable. But the suspect in that shooting, a teenage boy, apparently barged into a stranger's home and then barricaded himself inside. Mesa police officers eventually able to get him out. Tonight, police say they're still investigating both of these incidents.
The Phoenix Police Department is asking for help after the area has seen a massive surge in copper thefts.
The problem has gotten so bad that Silent Witness now is offering reward money for information leading to an arrest trying to stop these thefts.
12 News journalist Bianca Bono is joining us now in studio tonight. And Bianca, what's going on here?
Well, what's so frustrating about these crimes is that to the criminals stealing the copper, whether it be from utility wiring or from an AC unit at a local restaurant, in the end, they're making out with $20 to $80. But to fix their mess, it costs thousands.
This was caught in progress.
Across the copper state,
And you can see where the wire is burnt.
copper theft is on the rise.
We are 100% increased over last year in the amount of copper loss we've had in Phoenix, Arizona.
Dan Chasen is the head of theft and vandalism for CenturyLink. He says the telecommunications company is on the verge of losing $1 million to copper theft in Phoenix this year alone.
This year to date, 913,000.
Chasen explains criminals are targeting their utility boxes, stealing the wiring out, burning the casing off, then selling the copper. So just how much are they getting from each box? Less than $100.
They're gonna make $80. You know what my repair cost on that was? $6,716.
These photos showing recent examples. Officials say it happens in broad daylight, and suspects often dress like a contractor, even putting signage on their trucks.
They put a cone in the yard, they put their orange vest on, they put their hard hat on. They look like a contractor. Guys, if they're not in one of these trucks, they're not one of our contractors.
It's not just utilities being targeted. Small businesses are being hit too.
This is a problem impacting all the industry, especially in the construction phase.
Jonathan Lane is the owner of Oso Brewery, walking through his newest restaurant, Funky Frida's.
So we just opened last Wednesday.
He recalls the obstacles he's faced when it comes to copper theft.
Overall, I would guess we're somewhere in that $80,000 to $100,000 range of damages in copper theft.
That's because from damaged air conditioning units
There's a few areas where you can see it.
to someone tampering with their electrical and plumbing, it's happened at several of his businesses, including Starving Artist at Indian School and 22nd Street and Oso's Central location. The Arizona Craft Brewers Guild says several other Valley breweries have been victimized too.
I have multiple businesses, so I'm able to kind of weather some storms, but when they're one or two mom and pops, it's really hard to weather a 5,000, a 10,000, heck, a 20,000 is almost impossible for them to overcome. So it's very, very difficult.
Lane has responded by adding barbed wire, fencing, security cameras, even trying out pricey parking lot camera systems. He's grateful Phoenix police are speaking out.
This is a felony crime. This is precious metal theft.
As for those utility boxes,
Taking all this.
CenturyLink has started placing GPS tracking devices in them in an effort to catch the criminals involved.
It's going to cause a death because grandma's going to fall and break her hip, and she's going to pick her phone up, and it's not going to work.
Asking the public to stay vigilant.
I don't have to get lucky but once. You as a thief have to get lucky every time. And with the help of the public, we can stop this.
And Silent Witness is offering a $1,000 reward for information that leads to an arrest in these cases. So take photos or videos if you see someone tampering near those boxes. By the way, I'm told this is a problem nationwide. And at the start of the year, Minnesota actually enacted a new law requiring those selling scrap metal copper to have a license to do so. CenturyLink tells me they saw an almost immediate impact there, so they're trying to work with lawmakers here in Arizona to pass something similar. We're live in studio. Bianca Bono, 12 News.
All right, Bianca, thank you. Tomorrow, the city of Tempe will open a disaster assistance center to help anyone who was impacted by the strong microburst last week. Here's a look at some of the damage, some very extensive damage that was caused by that storm. The assistance center is at the Community Christian Church near College Avenue and Broadway. If you need help with anything from housing, food, repairs, or even emotional support, the center will have all of those services for you. It will be open from noon to 7 p.m. tomorrow through Saturday.
12 News is honoring those who served. Tonight, a Valley Marine Corps veteran is getting a brand new beginning and a new home. The Gary Sinise Foundation revealing a brand new, specifically adapted and mortgage-free smart home for retired Corporal Brad Ivanchon. He joined the Marines on his 19th birthday before deploying to Afghanistan back in 2012. And during a night patrol, he stepped on an IED. He lost his right leg and suffered severe injuries to his left arm and left leg.
This is probably one of the nicest homes I've ever been in, and it doesn't really feel real that I get to live here. And I'm just extremely grateful for the Gary Sinise Foundation. It's just really humbling to know that all these people gave up their, so much to make this thing happen for me.
Because you gave up so much, Corporal. So today the foundation handed him the keys, and it is a beautiful home. Look at this house.
Gorgeous,
right?
Modern and just beautiful and clean. I love that.
That's so great. So great for him, great for the Gary Sinise Foundation. He's moving in tomorrow.
Oh, how exciting. Well, still ahead, most workers say that they need more vacation days, but a new study shows that a lot of people aren't even taking the days that they already have. We've got the reasons behind the data. Plus, when you can expect to see self-driving Teslas on the road in Arizona.
And coming up in sports, now look, it's only one game, but your Phoenix Suns, yeah, they're undefeated. They look pretty good. They came back from a big deficit. So Cam's got your highlights for you coming up.
And we are still tracking a few residual showers far northern Arizona and eastern Arizona, and we will have a little bit more to go tomorrow. Also a cool down in my extended outlook.